taking the time to listen. It'll be brief, but I was recently listening to a couple of fellow practitioners, colleagues, that, and I'll set the stage, they're just sitting talking about this whole life, and one of them is very young. I'm going to say he's somewhere around 26, 27, and for me, that's young. And the other gentleman was he's probably, I think he's in his mid-40s, but he's been at it since he was 18. He discovered this very, very early, right out of high school, and has been at it since. Very well respected and everything. And during the conversation between the two, the young man is going a mile a minute. I mean, he talks very fast, and the other gentleman, he was, I guess I'll say, just a little more tempered. And he brought up one thing that stuck out in my mind, and that was the thinking around our mortality, in that most of us don't think about it very much. Maybe we do when we get further down the road. Certainly I think about it more now than I ever did when I was a kid, meaning like when I was in first and second grade. I remember walking home from school, because I had to walk home. We were about a mile from the school, and we would walk home, and the school I was in was relatively close to the high school, and so when school was let out, I would be walking sometimes amongst, or could see from a distance, the seniors or the juniors or whatever they were, but they were big. They were much older, and even then I had a hard time fathoming the idea of being grown up. And so to be able to project yourself into the future, that you will, if you live long enough, you will get old. And so we think around the terms that we're going to live forever. And throughout our life, we go around and, try to take care of things, take care of ourselves and our families and our homes and our cars, and now even our trips, like we're going to jump on a plane, on a cruise ship. We buy insurance for all of those things. We buy insurance for cars, for homes, for trips, all kinds of things. We buy insurance. And yet, the most valuable asset we have is ourselves, and we don't insure it. A lot of us don't insure it either at all, and there's a fair amount of people that either can't or are unable or don't see the value, or think about it, in the way that I try to teach this. Teaching, or sharing, I should say, sharing what I have learned around the way of thinking about it. And when you think about it from a different paradigm, another point of view, you can see that it has tremendous value. Yes, it does have a death benefit, just like our mortality. Yes, it is there, but while we're alive, we can utilize this product, this tool, for all the things we're already going to do, like buy cars, take vacations possibly, do repairs on our house, maybe do additions, maybe pay for a wedding, education, those kinds of things. We're going to do them anyway. So whether we take a loan from the bank down the street, or use our credit cards and take cash advances, or pay for it with a credit card, education, whatever it is that we're buying, we're going to do it anyway, because that's just living your life. And But if you're doing it through a life insurance policy, in other words, getting a loan from the insurance company, utilizing it for whatever you've decided to, either, go on a trip or whatever it might be, even investments, like I think of this as it's the foundation for building a pool of capital accumulation that you have control over. So you can build that foundation and do whatever you want with it, including investing. If you want to invest in the stock market, fine. If another investment comes by, fine, take advantage of it. But you'll be in a much better position to do that if you have a pool of capital. Now, granted, it does take a little time to build that pool, but you're not going anywhere. Well, at least hopefully we're not going anywhere soon. So you'll have time to build it up. And so, sorry for the pause, building the foundation and then keeping your mind open for infinite possibilities that could come along, that do come along periodically through everyone's life. And if you have quick access to capital, many times you can take advantage of things in a way that other people can't, because you have access to capital readily available quickly. And so that's just one thing, okay? So here's another thought, just around what you can do with this product. I just sent off a couple of contracts that young couples started, and I note inside of it about how their cash value and how it will grow over the period of time. And they're a young couple, and so they have a lot of years of building it up, and the cash value totally blows away what they actually put in to create that. And so they can use that all throughout their life, so long as you're an honest banker with yourself. Banking is a function. It isn't the building down the street. It's a function. It's a system, so to speak, and we all use it every day. So I just want to say that there's no better time to start than right now. Like, what's the phrase? Like, when was the best time to plant a tree? Like, you could have planted it 20 years ago. What's the next best time? Right now. So this is like planting a tree that grows generationally, much like the trees that we see that are large. One day somebody planted those and started. So I'll just leave you with, there are infinite possibilities with this as a tool. And also, I should just mention that many people that have been around this for years and understood it have multiple policies. They have them on all their kids, all their grandkids, all their business partners, that they're working with, have businesses together. They have multiple policies. They're running a lot, and some run their entire life through them. It takes a while to get to that. But we have the time to start. It's one of the best kept secrets on the planet, by far. I wish I had known about it when I was much younger, but I started a policy last March on myself. And I just had a birthday last week, and I turned 68. So it doesn't have to do with when you start. It's that you start. Grow that tree and pass it on to your kids and your grandkids. Sorry it wasn't quite as brief as I thought it was going to be. But anyway,